I was muted the entire time I did that introduction. That's great. So, everybody, welcome. Good morning. Welcome to Achilles Safe Haven. Today we have our special guest with us, Baby Shinja. They're here from the Baby Shinja team that is launching today, and they're here to tell us about their exciting project. Baby Shinja, please take it away. Tell us about Baby Shinja.
Absolutely. All right, so then, Baby Shinja, what is it? It's the baby token of Shinja, and Shibnobi, the umbrella over all of this. Everyone should know by now. Shibnobi is, a gorgeous project. It's a utility-heavy project. Really started as a big meme on ETH, launched and went straight to the billions. That's the B word, and then they recently did an enormous pre-sale during the most bearish of bear markets, and raised thousands of beans. Forget how many exactly. It was between 4,000 and 5,000. I think it was 4,500 or somewhere around there. Dead smack in the middle of a bear market, and so the BSC side sitting in the millions right now. I would refer to that as a solid, smart hold for the to await the bull run. ETH as well. They're enormous, and the project is, I would say, super successful. And so I started by saying that they're beautiful meme token that's utility heavy, and that's what draws us to support them with the baby token. So we have a rewards token for sure. We have utility planned, and there's a mystery utility that's going to be announced on launch. So everyone here, just be aware, our mystery utility is going to be announced on launch. We've been in discussions with some pretty high-profile people. We've had Shibnobi founders in our chat, publicly in our chat, and also have a private team collaboration chat with them. Also, we did our pre-sale. If anyone missed it, we did our pre-sale on Teams Pad, which is Teams in-use team. Their launch pad, and we were their first pre-sale ever. And we filled our hard cap, just 50 beans. It's a modest hard cap, keep buy pressure, and yeah, we filled that no problem on their launch pad. It was, I say no problem. There was plenty of bumps in the road, helping them go back and forth, making sure all the kinks are out, because we were the first. And if anyone's ever brought software to market, it's not an easy task, but it was fun and it was worth it. And so we've got the Teams Inu team and Teams Pad team and Shibnobi team. I'm not going to say, an official affiliation or partnership announcing yet, but they're on board, and they're not shy about it. They've been publicly, we've been tweeted by Teams Pad and so on. So that's kind of the initial, intro that I'd give. And then as far as digging in, I know that's the next thing. People are, if anyone's interested on the call, they're thinking, where do I find more? Where do I vet all this? And I would just direct you straight to, that's why I'm not going to share screen and show a deck. And, we have materials, but I'd rather people just engage, go right into our Telegram and go into, check out the website, check out the paper, which the light paper I'll also mention it's going to be released in modules. So, right now it's a light paper and it's got a few sections in there, but it's got the one section that's relatively empty and says it's mystery utility, and that'll keep building out. We've got content that will just drop in, publish. And so as we move forward, you'll see that build and grow. All right, so and now just I think there's a lot about Shibnobi, and I just want to say Baby Shinja itself, of course, is going to stand on its own as a project for people to support and invest in. And what is it? We are definitely a meme token centered around gorgeous visuals and active socials, and we will be utility heavy as well, building utility and growing that way for sort of pushing the bill forward, doing things that are useful and making innovations here and there to make things different and more useful and exciting. And that kind of sums up our mission.
Okay, that's fair.
Obi, do you have anything to add to that?
No, that was beautiful.
There you go.
Awesome.
Well, I mean, where are you guys all from? How big is the team?
So the core team, we are from UK and North America.
Okay. How many?
And we've got so core team is 3. We've got other people that are close to us, tight, and plenty of support, plenty of resources, and connected. But yeah, 3 on the core team, and we've got all 3 are very experienced traders, and we've got experienced devs on the team, as well as experienced marketers as well, crypto marketers who we've all had projects that have gone huge X's and millions. We've had a couple of projects in the millions on the team between us. So we've got the background. We've got and this has been vetted. Achilles knows a couple of us pretty well, and also we're KYC'd and audited through SpyWolf, and all of this can be vetted.
No, that's awesome. I always like to hear that teams have worked together in the past. A lot of you guys usually are you get together, you get tired of crap projects rugging you and just taking your money. So you're like, we can do this better. We can do this.
That's I hate to say it first, but that's another aspect to this. When you launch a baby token, right? So many baby tokens and mini tokens get launched, and when they do, you hit it on the head, Dumbledore. It's like you sit there as if you're experienced, if you've done things right, if you're professional, and and all that, and you see 99% of them launch stealth with no liquidity, and and then a few hours or a couple days later they're gone. Or they just have nothing. They literally just have a baby dog picture, and they keep saying the parent project went to X. That's it. And fill your bags. It's like, all right, but didn't you have anything else to offer? So it is. It's one of those things. It's like no one's done it yet. Someone's gonna do it. We should do it right.
I think that's where we get the best teams, honestly. I think the guys that have seen it and been through it and know what all the bad things are about, they can identify those easily and, push a good project. Did you guys say you did have a private sale? Is that what you said?
Yeah, small. So everything was designed, actually, so the private sale only amounted to, it was like 6 or 7 beans total. It was at 8% of supply and small contributions from each person. So it was like 0.5% bag for each private sale person. And it's one of those things. We asked us. Actually, we got asked by one of the marketers that we are working with, said, "Why'd you even do a private sale? Why didn't you guys just do that from your own private money?" And I said, "Well, it's not really about that. It's like people want to get involved in a sort of kind of way, like people want to have that involvement and feel a stake. So, so you reserve a couple of spots for that, and gives you a little bit to play with and start things off right and build that pre-sale. And it was a 50 bean pre-sale, so we didn't need to collect 100 beans private sale. So kept it small. That keeps people protected, so no one's worried about some enormous dump that could be impending. It's there's no one really has that power. The pre-salers have what they have, but pre-salers, the thing with them is it's a rewards token, so they have incentive to hold through that beginning volume, especially. And if we keep pumping that volume up and marketing like we should, then then everyone's good to go. We got a winning formula here.
Right on. Is it vested at all? It is a pretty small pre-sale, but just ask them.
Yeah, no vesting. It's like I said, they're 0.5% bags, and they're also rewards bearing. So if we vest, then no rewards for those people. So that's, with a rewards token, it can be, you can do things like blacklist and that sort of thing, but we're just keeping it straight up, and and if people want to watch for a dip on launch and wait, then by all means, play the game and find your entry. And I just, like I said, it's a rewards token, and we've got a great formula here. So the earlier in, the more of those rewards you're picking up, and so it's hard. I don't want anyone to come back at me and say, you said wait for a dip and there was no dip. It's totally a possibility. I've been there before.
All good. So you guys are tied in with the Shinobi. I'm sorry, Shinobi and all that stuff. So I have a question. Like, I've seen some baby tokens like do phenomenal work, especially recently. We had one on our AMA, and like like you said, we see the baby token. It's like, okay, like let's see how this goes. They're gonna be rewarding that token, but what is the plan? Let's say if Shinobi doesn't do as well as Baby Shinja is doing. Do you guys have any plans to, deviate to keep your coin going?
Yeah, sure. So we also have the model, so flipping the parent token is what you're talking about. And there's a lot of ways to look at that. You could say, oh no, there's our ceiling, right? The parent token is our ceiling. Can't go past that. Or you can say, let's flip it. And that can be the narrative. With the community. And really, it would be, everything we could do to support in some way, right? And I think Shinobi is too business wise, too business smart to have any issue with that. They would, I think they would absorb us in a half a second, and is my guess. I can't speak for them, but then it's an ecosystem thing, and the baby hype is on, and we grow together, and that's part of why we're coming out and doing this right, because good business partners are good business partners, and when you identify that and you play your moves right, then everyone can win. There's no need for that to be an obstacle. And I really don't think it is or will be. It's just something you have to be sensitive to. So talking about it and thinking about it is necessary, but being worried about it, not so much. Just being aware and having a plan and making sure that we're on the same page as those guys. And yeah, we, like I said, Luke got yesterday from Shinobi team. He's a co-founder, and we've been talking to him and the team, and things are heating up there. We're going to be having some discussions this week. We're putting down some time for conference calls between the two teams, and getting some paperwork out there signed, and so we can kind of make this stuff official. And so then from there on out, watch us and them for any announcements as far as official and public collaboration goes. But otherwise, just know that the connection there is very friendly and very professional and business, and everyone's happy right now.
No, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I really hope that plays out for you guys. So we've gotten into, you guys were a team and you launched some projects, but what was the main reason you guys wanted to launch Baby Shinja?
So that's a good question. I'll answer that head on. So we have a member of our team is two of us have launched a bunch of times, and the third member will deving this one, but he's super artistically inclined and visually skilled, and he's done so many great things for us, in the past on websites and visuals. So he had some mock-ups and was just, he was bullish on the project itself, Shinobi, and then I saw the pre-sale and everything, saw the hype, and was following it, and we were following it together. And then he said, "Hey, take a look at this," and he had the initial mock-up of the visual, and we all kind of couldn't get it out of our heads once he showed us, and then he kind of started to talk about the plan, and then that's how it happens. It starts to gel, and next thing you know, one of the other core members of the team says, "Hey, it's funny. I can't get that out of my head. Look what I've been writing, or look what I've been sketching out. Look what I've been coding up, to play with. We could do this, we could do that." And then the way the Teamspad thing worked as well, it's just everything just started to fall into place. So that's how it happened. It was one of those fate things, like stars aligned, but it was initially started off by just a picture of a baby dog as a ninja holding some ninja stars, and we were looking at it, couldn't get out of our heads. And I think that meme, right? The abstraction, the symbolic nature of a meme, and how that gets people to rally around a project, a token, a company, a company outside of crypto. It's the ones that have that symbol for people to rally around, something that people love. They always do well because, even TV show or something, right? If they have a cute character, people get sucked in. And so yeah, that's how it started, and then it just built from there. And then things just started to fall into place, and the networking went much better than we could have hoped with both the team side and the Shibnobi side. And influence. The other thing I'll mention is the influencers that are tied to these teams. That normally we would have to use our connection to find these people, or we've so and so. One of the team members, I've been friendly with him in the past, and I've got him to work with me on a project here and there. So we piece that together. But in this one, it's different because influencers are tied to these projects, Teams and Teamspad and Shibnobi. So several of them are just coming out of the woodwork and DMing us first and saying, "Hey, let me know what we want to do and how we want to move forward." And it's funny. It's a different situation. So definitely stars aligning sort of thing, and then that's that fate mentality, right? Is really here. It's pushing us forward. So we're putting in the work and barely sleeping to make sure that we take advantage of the stars being aligned. But it's definitely happening.
Awesome, man. Yeah, like all you devs, just the no sleep schedule when you get closer to launch. So you got to be zombies by that time. And yeah, you're not wrong, man. All you need for like a meme coin is just a bullish name and a fire character, like a logo. And everybody likes ninjas. Everybody likes little baby cute dogs, and you kind of nailed it there. I do like the logo and everything.
Thank you.
Let's see here. So, by the way, how long was all that planning that you guys were doing? How long did it take to get this going off, to get it off the ground?
Obi, what was the first? You can tell me. Yeah.
The concept was conceived around the relaunch of Shinja, which was probably like a month and a half ago. So it's been a lot of planning. Yeah, they launched on BSC probably like maybe 2 months ago. Yeah, so that kind of ignited initiated this whole thing. That's why we felt it was relevant to get this baby token out. To reignite the Shibnobi narrative, basically. So it's been a lot of planning, and then the last week's been no sleeping. It's been a struggle, but it's definitely paying off. I mean, with teams involved, and then Shibnobi is crazy. Like having the co-founder of a $1 billion token in our DMs and in our chat. He's so cool, like so down to like collab, basically. And I don't see BSC as being a ceiling. I see the 1 billion, because Shibnobi have like one Telegram, one Twitter that reaches all their ETH guys as well. So we'll have access to all their ETH investors. So we'll make sure we do what we can to get them involved. So like, yeah, you know, Shibnobi's 1 billion ceiling is my target personally.
Oh yeah, and Obi said it too. We've got a lot in the works to make sure that the ETH side, the Ethereum token is and their investors are accessible to us, and that we're accessible to them. So, we're going to make sure that buying is easy. And there's Shibnobi has a bridge. Shibnobi has Swap and a bridge that are flying. They're beautiful products and they work really well, clean, really attractive, and so there's a lot open to us to make this token fly.
Nice. Yeah, I could tell you guys sound pretty passionate about the project. I usually get some of that from the devs on here, and those are the guys always seem to do the best. Just chill, talk about your project, man. Be transparent. That's all you have to do. Build your community, build their trust, and you will have a solid project.
Oh yeah, man.
Let's talk about tokenomics. What are the taxes in and out?
All right, so they are 1010, and you, again, if anyone wants to dig in and read a little more, you can go to the light paper. It's linked in our Telegram. It's a Git book, so like I said, more modules will drop in, but we've got 3% Shinja rewards, 4% marketing, 2% liquidity, 1% dev fee, and that should, we have the ability to shift things if we need to, if community supports, but that should be pretty solid tokenomics to stick with. Get people rewards, build a marketing wallet, and keep the project healthy.
Nice. Yeah, I like low taxes too. That's nice. You guys said that you're going to have a mystery utility at launch, which is pretty cool. But what utilities do you guys have that are going to be ready at launch that are confirmed, or have you guys already spoken about?
So we've got a roadmap. And if you, again, right in the chat, let's see. I'll list a couple that we've got in development that aren't going to be released on launch. It's the mystery utility that's going to be the first released. But P2E game, nothing. We're not trying to join or like break into the gaming world, sort of thing. This is more of it'll be an engaging and fun, addictive way to earn more and to play and wager. And also we've got like I said, the mystery. So I'm going to just stick to the mystery utility and say that the mystery utility is going to be something that supports and keeps the project healthy, and also gives more incentive to hold and accumulate, and also gives people more incentive during periods. Let's say the market does have another dump, and it has a big, a longer bear session again, and trade sideways low, something like that. We'll have a way to keep people incentivized to be here and building with us. So I'm going to dance around it. I won't get directly to saving that, but that's our main look right now. And then what comes next will, it'll all make sense as we move forward. But we've got a lot of experience on the team with NFTs and NFT staking and that sort of thing. Is we can have those sorts of utilities launched in 24 to 48 hours. We have what we need prepared so that we can do that, make an announcement, and then boom, there it is. We also, we've got, because we have the bridge open to us as something that we'll be moving towards. With Shibnobi, there's also, we could use that, and we have plans to use that to our advantage on other chains. So we'll just, but that's bigger, and we have to wait until we can justify that with community. So these things that we've been mocked up, and we've got the experience on the team, so we can do it when we want to, when we need to.
Okay, awesome. And with every launch, one of probably the number one questions everyone usually asks David is, you had some security in place for launch, to prevent from being modded and all that good stuff.
Yeah. So, first and foremost is we've got the strong incentive to hold, right? And so people who are worried about that, my first way to do it, sort of to improve launch, really is, and I've used this in the past and it works, is to educate the community and say smart trading is best. But yeah, we're gonna make sure that we're watching, and it's a super clean contract with a really, really clean audit. So nothing crazy there is. We're not going to do anything crazy to that should have people worried about getting blacklisted or anything. But we'll be watching, and we'll be making sure to keep things safe. And the TeamsPad has its own mechanisms in place, and they've been very successful. So if you watch the chat, stay tuned. We'll release more details about that as we get closer to launch, and just discuss more of that. But for now, we're safe. We are confident in this launch and this launch pad. And I did say, and this is something that's come up, I did say that TeamsPad, we were there first, but we were there first pre-sale. The launchpad itself has been tested, and that's actually what they used to launch the Teams Inu AVAX, which now is flying. I don't know if anyone saw it. I think it reached the ETH side, but in any case, you've got TeamsPad AVAX. I mean Teams AVAX. So that's what they used to launch Teams AVAX, and they did great. They proved it. That's what I'm leaning on.
For those who don't know about Teams, it's just a very successful meme token. Went to like 60 million, I believe, and it's still holding strong at the moment. But yeah, they're basically, our success is important to them, as we were there first on their launchpad. So they will make sure we do good. We do well, basically. That our numbers are looking nice.
Right.
That's just
Messiah.
That's just one aspect.
We should say too, the Messiah is Teams Inu, super fan. If not, he supports enough that people call him part of the team. I know he works closely with the Teams Inu team, and so he's, again, that connection there. He's going to have his eyes on the first pre-sale from TeamsPad, and we know that.
Did you want to say something about how was basically supporting the Shinja Shibnobi token? That could be seen as a utility, like with Lunatics.
Right.
Maybe you know more about Lunatics.
Right. So that's a good point. Lunatics itself is a model right now, and that hype from Lunatics and it's supporting Luna. That really is their only utility, right? It's their only reason for existence, and because there's a huge, enormous community of people who care about Luna, that draws big hype to Lunatics. And similarly here, we have Shibnobi with 38,000 there's 38,000 in their TG and like 200,000 on their Twitter. They've got a huge following as well, and that is first and foremost why we exist, is to support Shibnobi and and publicly love what they're doing and put something towards it. So, like we said, billions on the ETH side, millions on the BSC side, and here we are.
We're launching at 30K, by the way, which is pretty insane considering we have Teams supporting us and Shibnobi, $1 billion token co-founders in a chat. Like, it's a bit insane.
That's exciting. Well, yeah. I don't want to eat up too many of the community question time because I'm sure they may have some questions for you guys. Just before I stop talking, like, what else should I know about your project? What else would you tell someone that maybe just jumped in the VC? Like, hey man, why should you and why should I invest in Baby Shinja?
Yeah, so you should invest in Baby Shinja because it's going to moon. Obviously, right? I mean, first and foremost.
Good answer.
And I haven't said that yet in the conversation, but I'm trying to say that without saying it the whole time. We're here. We're not going to do this without plans and confidence that it's going to move. And then of course, if people want something else, and I know there are people that buy with their heart and they want to be in a project and sink money and sleep on it and be there. And we're supporting you too. In fact, we're trying to convert all the people that want to moon into people who have their heart in the project. So that's where we're at. Everyone should buy it because we're going to moon, and then everyone should love it because we're going to give you every reason to love it. We're going to build for you. We're going to hustle every day with and for you. We're going to, as everything builds, we're going to hire more on the team to build and make this awesome all day, every day, 24/7 crypto schedule.
There you go. Hey man, that's a good answer. It's a real answer. It's a tough question. No one wants to hear that you're not going to moon the token. So, all right. Yep. Everybody, the wonderful Haven here, who has a question for the team here at Baby Shinja? Guys, please be polite to each other. Don't talk over each other. But who do we have first?
I think it's pretty silent, but yeah, I can go first.
Go for it.
Yo, what's up? Okay, so
hey, how you doing, man?
I'm pretty good. I'm just curious. Do you have plans of like following the marketing or the push that have done by the Shinja itself, or do you have your own pathways on pushing it harder?
Oh yeah, no. If let's say tomorrow, Teams and Shibnobi teams both had big fires to put out in their own projects and couldn't help us, say, hey guys, sorry, we wanted to work with you, but we're too busy. I'm fine. I'm confident. We've done this before. Not our first rodeo. I have the connections. My teammates have the connections. We will 100%. We know what we're doing, and it's not. When I say we know what we're doing, I don't mean that I know a few BSC Telegram callers. We know how to take down all the avenues that you're thinking in your head, plus more. Plus, we have out-of-the-box ideas and creative solutions, and we've put these into practice before. We know how to test them. We know how to start small and then push. Also, when we do marketing, our marketing is something that's probably beyond most people's comprehension, unless they've truly marketed products before, because we're constantly doing it. Like right now, I have at least 3 marketing techniques that I'm testing in a small way. And what you do is you just do a small batch of test, what would I call it? Test techniques, right? You put like a cheaper version of what you want to do and then see how it works. Get an idea, get a feel for it, tune what you're doing. And then when you're ready, then sink some money into it, and do it for real. So we're always pushing the bill in that way. And yet we still have our tried and true. So marketing is something I guess what I'll say is we're excited that we have the connections with these big projects. For this one, I think it's a gold mine, but that's not we're not relying on that.
Okay, happy
Great
to hear
question.
that, brother. Yeah, I love the way you answer it, like how confident you are. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So I hear that you're gonna moon it, right? You put it so simply. Now, how do I ape life savings, sir?
Yeah, you're gonna want to buy. You're gonna want to buy the token.
Yeah, where do I sign up?
Yeah, liquidity on Pancake Swap. So you can buy on Pancake Swap. You can buy on PooCoin. You can buy on Bog Finance. There's a bunch of there's some other cool swaps out there now. Cloudy Swap. I've seen really pretty Shibnobi Swap. You could use Shibnobi Swap, really, right?
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah. So buy anywhere, buy everywhere, and happy to have you on board.
What time is launch today, Shinja? Just for those guys who don't know.
Obi.
8 p.m. UTC, which is
4 p.m. EST.
Yep, 4 p.m. EST, 1 p.m. PST.
Oh, no.
Asia should be around 4 a.m.
Okay.
Do you guys have private sale, right? Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah.
Small private sale, yeah.
Small private sale.
Is it like vested? Vested?
No, not
Is it
vested.
vested?
Not vested. Not vested. Very small. Not vested, and it's people who are close. These aren't people who
Not
are.
pumpers.
You're right. They're people that are close to us. They're people that they would be risking a lot more by dumping than than it would make sense for them. So I am confident there. And also, Dumbledore asked a question I started to answer, and I kind of trailed. I feel like about the launch and anti-bot and everything. And I wanted to make sure that you know that Teamspad not only has had successful launches on their launchpad, but they do have anti-snipe, anti-bot in their CA, and it's proven. So we have that. It's built by their product and work. So sorry to cut over you. You can continue if you have more questions.
It's okay. That's all about the marketing question already asked by I'm not quite sure. I forgot his name. Shimba. Yeah, so that's all. Thank you and good luck later. Bye bye.
Thank you, Miss Foxy.
Yeah, thanks, Foxy. Who else has a question for the team?
I do have a question, please.
Go right ahead.
Good day, everyone. I was wondering why they chose to hinge the fate of their project, so to say, on another project by naming it Baby Shinja. Because if something should go wrong with the main token, don't you think it will affect your project? Have you considered that?
That's a good point. That's a good point. However, that's the whole point of a project like this is there are projects that are standalone, and then there are projects that have an ecosystem mentality to them that feed into another product and so on. And so I hear what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. And, I think the best way to answer that is to say that we believed in a project like Shibnobi. I think next year people will still be buying Shibnobi. I think the year after that people will still be buying Shibnobi. They're CertiK audited. They, like I said, they just raised multiple thousands of beans in a pre-sale in a bear market, dead smack in the bear market. And their product, their company, it's not even a question of people say this is not a pump and dump, this is not a shit coin. It's not even that. They're not even just a crypto project. These guys they're building a company and doing a really good job of it and doing things right. They're very professional. They're the type of guys that they're not even hanging their hat or relying on crypto. Building this all the way. You see the amount going into it and the planning, the execution. That's the type of project that you can rely on. And so now the uncomfortable reality is that literally anything can happen in the world. And we've all seen enormous companies have big problems. So sure, there's a possibility. But like I already said, we can do this ourselves if need be. If everything goes downhill everywhere else, we lose our connections, lose those big projects, then we're still here with a beautiful set of visuals and a smart team building utility and building community. And so if we keep building community and building community and building utility, then we can carry it forward. It can be our legacy, and we can be the ones to carry forward the torch for the ninja dog meme token world. And I think that the world, the community, the crypto world has already established and spoken loudly that they want this. So here we are. So I'm not worried about that, but it is a fantastic question.
I think if you were going to bet on any sort of project in this space, Shibnobi are just too solid of a company. Just everything about them is just top notch. So yeah, those kind of things are always possibilities, especially in crypto. But yeah, if you're in the space, if you go and have a look at them, basically check out their website, check out their socials. That should give you a boost of confidence.
Check out their bridge.
Oh,
also today they launched. They've been gearing up for a huge launch. Their hashtag Shibnobi NFT has been trending hard on Twitter, which to be trending on Twitter these days is not easy. It's not like 15 years ago. You get a couple of friends together and trend something. These guys are trending Shibnobi NFT on Twitter, and their launch for their NFTs is today. So, Baby Shinja launches at the same time as their NFTs, and I mean not the same exact time, but same day. I think that's also very bullish. So go check out their stuff. Go check out Adobe stuff.
Yeah, for sure. You can go and invest in some.
I really like the confidence. Thank you very much for the answer.
Oh yeah.
No, that was a good question. Also a very difficult one to answer, but again, it sounds like the team has done a lot of research into the company that they're using to kind of work together with. Guys, who else has a question for the team? So we got a time for just a couple more. While we're sitting here, I did have one text question from OG here in the Haven. He just asked, how long is the liquidity pool locked?
Is it 3 months, Kobe?
I believe, initially we set it for 30 days, but we intend on extending it soon.
Yeah, we'll extend that. That's no issue. It starts locked for a month, and then locked for another 3 or 6 months when things start trucking. And almost for me, I like to save that for the community. That's kind of, I always like to meter things out, have things to be able to announce and share with the community. And I think that one's a huge one. Vote of confidence in your community. Say, hey guys, look, the team is promising another X months of lock, and so I'd love to be doing that in the first couple weeks of the token's life.
Cool. Let's see, another question here. Do you guys have any plans to apply for CMC soon?
Of course. Yeah. Someone's got to ask it. And yeah, we've multiple times we have had on this team had projects listed on CMC and CG, and we are not going to make any of those stupid promises that you really can't make about the exact time or day that it's going to go in. But what I will say is 100% we already have the application sitting there with most of it filled out, and we have the our milestones, our targets. Once we have X, Y, and Z in place, we will put it to, we'll put that in. You get that ball rolling, we'll get those applied, and then boom, we'll be in there. And there's other things too. People don't think about, like crypto.com, trending, those sorts of things that we have. We have the resources to also put those into place when, like I said, when we have our own personal and professional opinion satisfied for the requirements being matched.
Cool.
Do you want to quickly mention multisig?
Oh yeah, let's do it. So, so we actually are going to have, it's already created, will be transferred today, I think today, or whatever. You'll see an announcement will be made at some point when we do it, but we're transferring ownership of the contract to a multi-sig wallet, multi-sig safe on Gnosis that we've created that has the 3 core team members on. So all actions will require 2 out of 3 of us. Someone will ask, people already have, why not 3 out of 3? There's a lot of danger that comes in when you do something like that. I come from the software world. My original training is hard sciences, but then software. I've been in the software industry for a long time now, and the question that gets asked all the time is, what if someone gets hit by a bus, right? So it's a morbid analogy, but what we're saying is, what if something happens, one of us vaporizes into thin air? Sure, there might be a backup plan for that person where their seed phrase goes to someone and then whatever, but the thing is that's a mess. So what's stronger is to have a 2 out of 3 system, and that's what we have. So that also means that the deployer, contract owner, can go to sleep and the others can stay awake. So if there's 2 people awake, then everything, nothing, we don't even have to have dev as sleeping devs, because we can always take all actions around the clock, just as long as 2 of us are awake, which we can do that, and also it's the protection of, we don't ever have a situation where one person can be nefarious and ghost. Also, Spywolf isn't one of these Mickey Mouse KYC firms, I'll tell you, because they take a lot and they take it seriously. Everything was barcode scanned and logged and video evidence to go along with it. So we are hella KYC'd and audited, but we didn't want to stop there. Like we've been saying, we've got these projects that we're growing relationships with and attached to in some way or another that are huge and have paved the way. So we're doing what we can to make sure that we're playing in that league, and multi-sig we felt like was necessary. So we've got the multi-sig, which I think is so bullish for contract ownership and fund usage and so on. And I hope people really realize, like, again, if we want to float $20 to someone to do some small time marketing, 2 people have to sign off on that. And I think that's massive.
Great. Yeah. Definitely don't make it so all 3 of you have to do it, because one of you guys, man, like, what is that crypto documentary on Netflix? Don't trust anyone or whatever. That guy was the only one with access, and man, that's what happens, guys. Like, you can take this thing to billions, and then guys, the guy that had everything is dead, and we don't know.
Right.
Yeah,
right. And that's the thing. People always worry about rug, right? That's the thing you hear most is, what if he rugs? What if he goes? But that's not even the most scary to me, because I made sure I trust everyone, right? And I've been burned in the past. Like, I know that how much I can trust anyone, but I've got people who are in real life friends that I can go to their house, right? That I work with. But this is different, right? Like you said, if that one person dies, I'm actually in a token that's the whole theme. Dev's dead, but it's a renounced contract. Token's also dead, but I'll never leave it because I love the concept. But it's funny and it makes you think, right? So no, not a 3 of 3, it's a 2 of 3, and we're pumped on it. We're super pumped on it.
Right. Yeah, no, I think like 2 or 3 devs died this year. I'm not even kidding. Like,
Yep.
they just keep kind of popping up. I guess like crypto takes some people, man. Like we're all sit like I sit in my office chair for 12 hours a day sometimes. Like so yeah. Like our it can come and take us anytime, man. You get one of those blood clots in your leg and goes to your lungs, and that's it. That's the scariest thing, honestly.
Yo, Dumbledore. People think that devs shouldn't sleep, and I think honestly, people think that devs shouldn't die. Like people take for granted that that devs are not human and that they just are contract wielders.
No, you guys live by otherworldly laws and rules that we all regulate.
Right, exactly.
Guys, I think we have time for one more question for the team, and then we're going to move on to our giveaway. So if we got one more, if not, I will find something to ask. So you guys are a little quiet today. Usually they're talking over each other and fighting. You guys have been pretty good, though. You've answered a lot of questions, and I know I've asked a lot as well. Yeah, I didn't even ask about your audit and all that. I didn't know Spywolf did everything. That's tight.
Yeah, they're awesome. Actually,
well,
I'll throw one more thing out there about Spywolf. We had a contract we really liked, and we still love our contract, and we brought it to them. And I'm telling you, this contract has been audited before by, with maybe some small changes for sure, but none of these are what came up. But we brought it to Spywolf, and I'm telling you, big names in the audit industry have audited this thing, and it's always come back with great reviews, great flying colors, A+, 100, whatever. Spywolf tore it apart, and at least there was several functions they tore apart and said, look, this is what could happen. And everything they wrote was really rough when they came to those parts. So we cleaned it up. We actually recoded it because of Spywolf. I'm saying that because Spywolf took something that everyone else said 2 thumbs up, and literally, and there wasn't even a score on it, but we couldn't put it forward. We went to them and said, hey, is there any way we can re-audit? We're going to recode. Can we re-audit? We're going to do, recode it, test deploy, and then come back. And they said, yeah, sure. There's actually a free revision audit for all audits that we do, which I thought was super bullish. And I didn't even know, I never even would have thought to do that, but we couldn't put it out there, and we didn't want to pay again. That was really what it was. So we went to them and boom, they're like, yeah, free revision, no problem. We resubmitted it, and then we got like the cleanest audit I've ever seen. It was perfect. I mean, I saw clean ones from others, but I guess what it was is it had more of an effect on me coming from them because I saw what they wrote about it first round. So that's one more thing. I just want people to know, Spywolf is awesome. I couldn't say enough good things about them after working with them. And really professional team, like they're responsive. And that's not always the case in crypto, right? For whatever reason, it can be hard sometimes. Communication. These guys were not. They're great.
Free revisions, man. That's pretty generous. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I thought.
That's nice of them. Any final questions for the team? Just my last one, Shinja, before we wrap it up. Who wrote the contract?
Who wrote it? So we did. It's our team.
Oh, nice.
Gonna leave
That's great. Yeah. Well, that's cool. You guys have something to be proud of because Spywolf seemed to like it.
Yeah. I should give a shout out too. It's based off of. There's some things in there that are based off of Monkey Shanti's work from Omar's. Omar's.
Yeah.
But that's in the software. Once again, the software. If anyone ever says they wrote something from scratch, that's 99.99% of the time they're lying because we all are always on Stack Overflow and tutorials written by each other. Like that's how you write software. We're always grabbing snippets of code from here and there and basing things off of other pieces of code. So, but it's our work.
That's awesome. No, cool. All right. before I end the recording, Shinja, just, I don't know, leave the community with final closing statement.
Yeah, Bobby, I'll say a couple things, and then you can say a couple things if you want to add to it. Just,
Yeah,
I
sure.
want to keep it simple and say we have every plan in place and every detail worked out to moon this token, this project, build it, to keep good relationships with amazing projects and teams, which are going better than you could ever ask for. And the visuals, if you look, I think that's the easiest way for people to see the quality of what we do is to pair the visuals against things like that contract audit that I just mentioned. Pair that together, listen to the team, come talk with us in the chat, and then come back and tell me why you wouldn't buy this token. Because in my mind, you could go get rugged a few times today, or you can save those beans and put them with us, earn rewards, and build and grow with us. And that's, you're going to keep seeing content come out. You're going to keep seeing it reach socials. You're going to see our socials blow up, get enormous. So our Reddit presence will start to grow and so on. And I think, once again, look at the visuals, pair it against the contract and how clean it is, working with Cheems and Shibnobi, and then come tell me one good reason why you wouldn't buy this token, and I'll have 100 reasons coming back at you why you're wrong and you should. And that's why I would not launch a token that I wouldn't want to buy.
Yeah, amazing.
Well,
Pretty much what I was
going
going to say.
My life savings ready, I guess.
Yeah, we literally have everything. It's not cheap. If you're gonna, like you said, risking money in some random coin, we've literally got everything. Even just the mascot and the visuals are strong. A huge parent coin, Shibnobi, experienced team, teams, pushing us, and will be continuing to push us. Collabs with Shibnobi. We've done everything to make you feel safe in your investment. Yeah, if you're gonna put your money in anything, yeah, Baby Shibnobi, Baby Shinja.
Hell yeah!
Let's go.
And that color green, the artist, like I said, our artist on the team, that color green, I could have worked for a week trying to get the right colors in place. I never ever would have found that color green. I still look at it and think, like, how does that color even possibly exist? It's gorgeous.
Actually, it looks like it's almost two-tone to me, but my eyes might be playing tricks. But yeah, no, it definitely gels with the logo. I think it's great. Yeah, the artist was great there.
Sucks,
okay.
Man.
I am going to end the recording now.